The American economic landscape is abuzz with news that has ignited both hope and cautious optimism. The recent developments have sparked conversations across various sectors, from bustling financial districts to quiet suburban neighborhoods. After a prolonged period of soaring prices, the inflation rate in the United States has taken a significant dip, settling at a promising 2.5% in September 2024. This decline is more than just a number. It represents a potential shift in the economic tide that has been challenging for many. This unexpected downturn marks a pivotal moment for the nation's economy, signaling a potential turning point in the battle against rising costs that have squeezed households and businesses alike. For families who have been meticulously budgeting every dollar, this news brings a glimmer of hope. The announcement has sent ripples of relief through Wall Street and Main Street, prompting many to ponder what lies ahead for the world's largest economy. Investors are recalibrating their strategies, while small business owners are cautiously optimistic about the future. This unexpected drop in inflation has spurred a flurry of analysis and debate among economists and policymakers. Experts are dissecting the data, trying to understand the underlying causes and implications of this shift. Is this a sign that the aggressive interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve are finally having their intended effect? The central bank's policies have been under intense scrutiny, and this development could be seen as a validation of their approach. Or are there other factors at play, such as easing supply chain bottlenecks or a shift in consumer spending habits that are contributing to this positive development? The global supply chain has been a significant factor in inflation, and any improvements there could have a substantial impact. The answers to these questions hold immense significance for understanding the trajectory of the U.S. economy in the coming months and years. Analysts are closely monitoring various indicators to predict future trends. The decline in inflation is undoubtedly welcome news for consumers who have been grappling with the rising cost of living for over 2 years. The relief at the gas pump and grocery store is palpable, as families can now stretch their dollars a bit further. From groceries and gasoline to housing and healthcare, the prices of essential goods and services have been steadily climbing, putting a strain on household budgets and forcing many to make difficult financial decisions. The impact of inflation has been far-reaching, affecting every aspect of daily life. The hope is that this downward trend in inflation will translate into some much-needed relief for consumers, allowing them to regain their financial footing and contribute to a more robust economic recovery. A more stable economic environment could lead to increased consumer confidence and spending. However, amidst this wave of optimism, it's crucial to approach the situation with a healthy dose of caution. Economic indicators can be volatile, and it's important to remain vigilant. While the drop in inflation is a positive sign, it is too early to declare victory in the fight against rising prices. The economic landscape is complex, and many variables can influence future trends. The Federal Reserve remains committed to bringing inflation down to its target of 2%, and it remains to be seen whether this downward trend will continue or if it's merely a temporary reprieve. The central bank's actions in the coming months will be critical. The economic landscape is constantly evolving, and a multitude of internal and external factors could influence the future trajectory of inflation. Global events, policy changes, and market dynamics all play a role in shaping the economic outlook. Employment rates and job growth are also key indicators to watch. A strong labor market can drive consumer spending, which in turn can influence inflation. Conversely, any signs of a slowdown in job creation could signal potential challenges ahead. Different sectors of the economy may experience varying impacts from the changes in inflation. For instance, the agricultural sector might benefit from lower input costs, while the tech industry could see shifts in consumer demand. International trade and global economic conditions also play a significant role. The interconnectedness of the global economy means that events in other countries can have ripple effects on the U.S. economy. Trade policies, currency fluctuations, and geopolitical tensions are all factors to consider. Additionally, the push towards sustainability and green energy could influence economic trends. Investments in renewable energy and sustainable practices may lead to new economic opportunities and challenges. Technological advancements and the rise of digital economies are reshaping the financial landscape. Innovations in fintech, e-commerce, and digital payments are creating new dynamics in consumer behavior and economic activity. On a more local level, community resilience and grassroots economic initiatives can also impact the broader economic picture. Local businesses and community organizations play a crucial role in fostering economic stability and growth. Education and workforce development are essential for long-term economic health. Investing in education and training programs can help prepare the workforce for future challenges and opportunities. Healthcare costs and access to medical services remain critical issues. The interplay between healthcare expenses and inflation can significantly affect household budgets and overall economic well-being. Quality of life and well-being are also important considerations. Economic stability can lead to improved quality of life, allowing people to enjoy leisure activities and invest in their personal and community well-being. Policymakers at all levels of government have a role to play in shaping economic outcomes. Legislative actions, regulatory changes, and fiscal policies can all influence the direction of the economy. Civic engagement and public participation are vital for a healthy democracy and economy. Engaged citizens can advocate for policies that promote economic fairness and sustainability. Learning from past economic cycles and historical data can provide valuable insights. Understanding the factors that led to previous recessions and recoveries can help inform current and future economic strategies. Ultimately, the goal is to create a resilient and inclusive economy that benefits all members of society. Celebrating milestones and cultural events can foster a sense of community and shared purpose. Promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace and society is essential for sustainable economic growth. Inclusive practices can lead to more innovative and competitive economies. Social impact initiatives and community service projects can also contribute to economic resilience. By addressing social challenges and supporting vulnerable populations, these efforts can create a more stable and prosperous society. Addressing climate change and environmental sustainability is crucial for long-term economic health. Investing in green technologies and conservation efforts can create new economic opportunities while protecting the planet. Urban planning and infrastructure development are key components of economic growth. Smart cities and efficient public transportation systems can enhance productivity and quality of life. Cultural activities and the arts also play a significant role in the economy. Supporting cultural institutions and creative industries can drive economic development and enrich communities. Promoting health and wellness is important for a productive workforce. Encouraging physical activity and wellness programs can lead to healthier, more engaged employees. Financial literacy and education are essential for economic empowerment. Providing resources and training on personal finance can help individuals make informed decisions and achieve financial stability. Celebrating holidays and family gatherings can strengthen social bonds and contribute to a sense of community. These events also have economic benefits, driving spending and supporting local businesses. Active participation in local government and civic discussions is crucial for a vibrant democracy. Engaged citizens can help shape policies that promote economic growth and social well-being. Preserving natural spaces and promoting outdoor recreation can enhance quality of life and support tourism. Conservation efforts can also create jobs and stimulate economic activity. Investing in renewable energy sources is essential for a sustainable future. Solar panels, wind turbines, and other green technologies can reduce dependence on fossil fuels and create new economic opportunities. Innovation and research and development are key drivers of economic growth. Supporting tech startups and fostering a culture of innovation can lead to breakthroughs that benefit the economy and society. Supporting local cuisine and food markets can boost the economy and promote sustainable practices. Food festivals and farmers markets also strengthen community ties and celebrate local culture. Lifelong learning and continuous education are important for adapting to a changing economy. Online courses and educational workshops can help individuals stay competitive and pursue new opportunities. Addressing mental health and providing wellness programs is crucial for a healthy society. Support groups and mental health resources can improve well-being and productivity. Encouraging participation in sports and fitness activities can promote health and social cohesion. Community leagues and fitness classes provide opportunities for physical activity and social interaction. Music and live performances contribute to cultural vibrancy and economic activity. Supporting the arts can drive tourism and create jobs in the creative sector. Entrepreneurship and small business development are vital for economic growth. Startup incubators and support programs can help new businesses thrive and create jobs. Environmental activism and sustainability initiatives are important for protecting the planet and promoting economic resilience. Cleanup projects and conservation efforts can create a healthier environment and support local economies. Preserving cultural heritage sites and historical landmarks can boost tourism and foster a sense of identity. Museums and cultural institutions play a key role in education and community engagement. Public health initiatives and access to health care are critical for a thriving society. Vaccination programs and healthcare access can prevent diseases and improve overall well-being. Outdoor festivals and community events bring people together and stimulate local economies. These celebrations foster a sense of belonging and support local businesses. Social justice and equality movements are essential for creating a fair and inclusive society. Advocacy groups and community organizations work to address systemic issues and promote equity. Recreational activities and outdoor sports promote health and well-being. Hiking, biking, and water sports provide opportunities for physical activity and enjoyment of nature. Economic policy and government initiatives play a crucial role in shaping the economy. Fiscal strategies and regulatory changes can influence growth and stability. Celebrating cultural diversity and multicultural festivals enriches communities and drives economic activity. International cuisine and cultural events promote understanding and appreciation of different cultures. Understanding future trends and technological advancements is key for economic planning. Economic forecasts and research can help policymakers and businesses prepare for upcoming challenges and opportunities. Family time and outdoor gatherings strengthen social bonds and contribute to well-being. Picnics and outdoor activities provide opportunities for relaxation and connection. Financial planning and retirement savings are important for long-term security. Investment strategies and financial advice can help individuals build wealth and achieve their goals. Local attractions and tourist destinations drive economic activity and create jobs. Travel experiences and tourism support local businesses and promote cultural exchange. Community development and urban renewal projects are essential for creating vibrant and sustainable cities. Housing initiatives and infrastructure improvements can enhance quality of life and economic opportunities. Seasonal activities and holiday celebrations bring joy and stimulate the economy. Winter sports and festive events create opportunities for recreation and spending. Addressing global challenges requires international cooperation and diplomatic efforts. Collaborative approaches to issues like climate change and economic inequality can lead to more effective solutions. Local traditions and cultural heritage are important for community identity and cohesion. Community rituals and celebrations strengthen social bonds and preserve cultural legacies. Innovation in education and new teaching methods are crucial for preparing future generations. Digital learning and educational technology can enhance access to knowledge and skills. Outdoor markets and street vendors contribute to the local economy and cultural vibrancy. Supporting local crafts and artisans promotes sustainable practices and community engagement. Public transportation and infrastructure projects are key for urban mobility and economic growth. Efficient transportation systems can reduce congestion and improve quality of life. Community gardens and urban farming promote sustainable agriculture and food security. These initiatives also foster community involvement and environmental stewardship. Economic resilience and disaster preparedness are essential for coping with crises. Recovery efforts and planning can help communities bounce back from challenges and build a more resilient future. For the average American, the slowdown in inflation brings a palpable sense of relief. After months, if not years, of watching prices climb higher and higher, the news that inflation is finally easing feels like a weight being lifted off their shoulders. It's a moment to breathe a little easier, to feel a bit more secure in their financial future. The relentless climb in prices had eroded purchasing power, making it increasingly difficult for families to make ends meet. Every trip to the grocery store, every bill that arrived in the mail, seemed to carry with it a reminder of the financial strain they were under. Parents worried about how they would afford school supplies, winter coats, or even just the basics like food and gas. The prospect of inflation easing its grip on the economy offers a glimmer of hope that life might become a little bit easier, a little less financially stressful. Families can start to think about the future again, rather than just surviving day to day. They can imagine a time when they might be able to save a little money, to put something away for a rainy day, or to finally take that family vacation they've been dreaming about. The ability to stretch their paychecks further, to afford those occasional treats, or to finally plan that long-delayed vacation without breaking the bank. These are the aspirations that are rekindled with the news of falling inflation. It's not just about the big things either. It's about the little luxuries that make life enjoyable. A night out at a restaurant, a new toy for the kids, or even just a cup of coffee from their favorite cafe. Businesses, too, are breathing a collective sigh of relief. For them, the easing of inflation means a more predictable and manageable operating environment. It means they can plan for the future with a bit more confidence, knowing that their costs won't be spiraling out of control. The inflationary environment has presented them with a myriad of challenges, from rising input costs and supply chain disruptions to difficulties in forecasting and planning for the future. Every decision, every investment has been fraught with uncertainty. Will the cost of raw materials go up again? Will they be able to pass those costs on to their customers? Or will they have to absorb them, cutting into their already thin margins? The prospect of greater price stability promises a more predictable and manageable operating environment. It means they can focus on what they do best, running their businesses, serving their customers, and growing their companies. They can invest in new products, new technologies, and new markets without the constant fear that inflation will eat away at their profits. Businesses can now focus on their core operations, invest in growth and innovation, and create jobs without the looming fear of runaway inflation eroding their profits. They can hire new employees, expand their operations, and take risks that they might have shied away from in a more uncertain economic environment. The stock market, often seen as a barometer of economic sentiment, has reacted positively to the news of falling inflation. Investors, always on the lookout for signs of stability and growth, have been buoyed by the prospect of a more predictable economic environment. Investors, encouraged by the prospect of a more stable economic environment and potentially less aggressive interest rate hikes from the Federal Reserve, have pushed stock prices higher. The markets are reflecting a renewed sense of optimism, a belief that the worst of the inflationary pressures might be behind us. This renewed confidence in the market reflects the optimism that the worst of the inflationary pressures might be behind us, paving the way for a period of sustained economic growth. It's a sign that investors believe in the resilience of the economy, in the ability of businesses to adapt and thrive even in challenging times. However, it's important to remember that the economy is a complex and interconnected system. Changes in one area can have ripple effects throughout the entire economy. While lower inflation is generally positive, it's not without potential downsides. While lower inflation is generally positive for consumers and businesses, it's not without potential downsides. Some sectors, particularly those that have benefited from high prices, might see their profits shrink. For example, energy companies that have enjoyed high oil prices might find their revenues declining as prices stabilize. Some sectors, particularly those that have benefited from high prices, might see their profits shrink. Farmers, for instance, who have seen higher prices for their crops, might find their incomes reduced as prices come down. Similarly, luxury goods manufacturers who have been able to charge premium prices might find it harder to maintain their profit margins. Additionally, if inflation falls too quickly or too far, it could tip the economy into deflation, a sustained period of falling prices that can be equally harmful to economic growth. Deflation can lead to a vicious cycle of reduced spending, lower production, and higher unemployment. It's a delicate balance, and one that policymakers will need to manage carefully to ensure that the economy remains on a stable and sustainable path. Policymakers, including those at the Federal Reserve, will need to remain vigilant. They will need to carefully monitor economic indicators and be ready to adjust their policies as needed to maintain a healthy balance between inflation and deflation. It's a challenging task, but one that is crucial for the long-term health of the economy. For now, though, consumers and businesses alike can take a moment to celebrate the good news. The easing of inflation offers a much-needed respite, a chance to look forward with a bit more optimism and a bit less anxiety. It's a reminder that, even in challenging times, there is always hope for a brighter future. As we move forward, it's important to keep this sense of optimism alive. To continue working together, supporting one another, and striving for a better, more stable economic future. Because in the end, it's not just about the numbers on a chart or the prices on a shelf. It's about the people behind those numbers, the families, the businesses, and the communities that make up our economy. And with the easing of inflation, we can all look forward to a future that is just a little bit brighter. The journey ahead will undoubtedly have its challenges, but with the right policies, the right mindset, and a collective effort, we can navigate these challenges and emerge stronger. The easing of inflation is a positive step, but it's just one part of a larger economic picture. By staying informed, staying engaged, and staying hopeful, we can all play a part in building a more resilient and prosperous future for everyone. So, as we celebrate this moment of relief, let's also commit to the work that lies ahead. To building an economy that works for everyone, that provides opportunities for growth and prosperity, and that ensures a better future for generations to come. Because in the end, that's what it's all about, creating a world where everyone can thrive. Consumers and businesses rejoice, for the easing of inflation is a sign of better days ahead. Let's embrace this moment, and together, let's build a brighter, more prosperous future for all. The Federal Reserve, America's central bank, plays a pivotal role in maintaining price stability and fostering economic growth. Established in 1913, the Federal Reserve, often referred to as the Fed, was created in response to a series of financial panics, with the aim of providing the nation with a safer, more flexible, and more stable monetary and financial system. Over the years, its role has evolved, but its core mission remains the same: to promote maximum employment, stable prices, and moderate long-term interest rates. Its primary tool for achieving these objectives is the manipulation of interest rates. By adjusting the federal funds rate, the interest rate at which banks lend to each other overnight, the Fed influences the availability and cost of credit in the economy. Lowering interest rates can stimulate economic activity by making borrowing cheaper, encouraging spending and investment. Conversely, raising interest rates can help cool down an overheating economy by making borrowing more expensive, thereby reducing spending and investment. In the face of surging inflation, the Fed embarked on an aggressive campaign of interest rate hikes, aiming to cool down the economy by making borrowing more expensive and thereby curbing demand. Inflation, the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services rises, erodes purchasing power and can create uncertainty in the economy. When inflation is high, consumers and businesses may rush to spend money before prices go up further, which can lead to even higher inflation. By raising interest rates, the Fed hopes to slow down this cycle, encouraging saving over spending and helping to bring inflation under control. This strategy, while necessary to tame inflation, came with its own set of risks, primarily the possibility of pushing the economy into a recession. A recession is a significant decline in economic activity that lasts for an extended period, typically visible in GDP, real income, employment, industrial production, and wholesale retail sales. The challenge for the Fed is to raise interest rates enough to control inflation without stifling economic growth to the point where it triggers a recession. This delicate balance is often referred to as a soft landing, where the economy slows down just enough to control inflation without causing a significant increase in unemployment or a contraction in economic activity. The recent drop in inflation to 2.5% presents the Fed with a delicate balancing act. While this decrease is a positive sign, Indicating that the Fed's policies are starting to have the desired effect, it also raises questions about the future path of monetary policy. Should the Fed continue to raise interest rates to ensure that inflation stays under control, or should it pause to assess the impact of its previous actions? This decision is complicated by the fact that inflation is still above the Fed's target of 2%, and there is always the risk that inflation could pick up again if the Fed eases off too soon. On the one hand, it's a sign that their policies are starting to have the desired effect, and continuing on an aggressive path of interest rate hikes could risk overshooting the mark and triggering a recession. The Fed must consider the lag between implementing monetary policy changes and their impact being felt in the real economy. This lag means that the full effects of interest rate hikes may not be apparent for several months or even quarters, making it difficult to gauge the precise impact of their actions in real time. If the Fed raises rates too quickly or too high, it could slow down the economy more than intended, leading to higher unemployment and lower economic growth. On the other hand, inflation is still above the Fed's target of 2%, and prematurely declaring victory could lead to a resurgence of inflationary pressures, potentially necessitating even more drastic measures down the line. The Fed must remain vigilant and responsive to changing economic conditions, using a data-dependent approach to guide its decisions. This means closely monitoring a wide range of economic indicators, including inflation, employment, consumer spending, and business investment, to assess the health of the economy and the effectiveness of its policies. The Fed's challenge is further compounded by the lag between implementing monetary policy changes and their impact being felt in the real economy. This lag necessitates a forward-looking approach, relying on economic indicators and forecasts to anticipate future inflationary trends and adjust monetary policy accordingly. The Fed uses a variety of tools and models to analyze economic data and make projections about future economic conditions. These tools help the Fed to identify potential risks and opportunities, allowing it to make informed decisions about the appropriate course of action. The effects of interest rate hikes can take several months or even quarters to fully materialize, making it difficult to gauge the precise impact of their actions. This uncertainty requires the Fed to be cautious and deliberate in its approach, avoiding sudden or drastic changes in policy that could destabilize the economy. Instead, the Fed aims to make gradual adjustments, carefully monitoring the impact of each change and being ready to respond to new information as it becomes available. This lag necessitates a forward-looking approach, relying on economic indicators and forecasts to anticipate future inflationary trends and adjust monetary policy accordingly. The Fed's ability to accurately forecast economic conditions is crucial to its success in managing inflation and supporting economic growth. By analyzing a wide range of data, including consumer prices, employment figures, and business investment, the Fed can develop a comprehensive understanding of the economy and make informed decisions about the appropriate course of action. The Fed's decisions in the coming months will be crucial in determining the trajectory of the U.S. economy. As the central bank navigates this complex landscape, it must balance the need to control inflation with the imperative of supporting economic growth. This requires a careful and measured approach, taking into account the potential risks and benefits of each policy decision. The Fed's ability to communicate its plans and rationale to the public is also important, as clear and transparent communication can help to manage expectations and build confidence in the central bank's actions. A measured and data-dependent approach, balancing the need to control inflation with the imperative of supporting economic growth, will be essential. The Fed must remain flexible and responsive to changing economic conditions, ready to adjust its policies as needed to achieve its goals. This requires a deep understanding of the economy and a commitment to using the best available data and analysis to guide decision-making. By maintaining a focus on its core objectives and being prepared to adapt to new challenges, the Fed can help to ensure a stable and prosperous future for the U.S. economy. The world will be watching closely as the Fed navigates this economic tightrope, hoping for a soft landing that avoids both the perils of runaway inflation and the pitfalls of a recession. The Fed's actions have far-reaching implications, not only for the U.S. economy, but also for the global financial system. As the world's largest economy, the U.S. plays a central role in global trade and finance, and changes in U.S. monetary policy can have significant effects on other countries. By carefully managing its policies and maintaining a focus on stability and growth, the Fed can help to support a healthy and resilient global economy. Section 4. The global stage, external forces at play. In this section, we delve into the myriad of external factors that shape the U.S. economy. While it is easy to focus on domestic policies and internal economic activities, the reality is that the American economy is deeply intertwined with global events and trends. Understanding these external forces is crucial for a comprehensive view of the economic landscape. While domestic factors, particularly the actions of the Federal Reserve, play a significant role in shaping the U.S. economy, it's crucial to recognize that the American economy does not exist in a vacuum. The Federal Reserve's policies on interest rates and monetary supply are pivotal, but they are also influenced by global economic conditions. For instance, if major economies like the European Union or China are experiencing economic downturns, the Federal Reserve may adjust its policies to mitigate any potential negative impacts on the U.S. economy. Global events and economic conditions exert a powerful influence on the trajectory of inflation and overall economic growth. The interconnectedness of global financial markets means that a stock market crash in one part of the world can lead to panic and sell-offs in other markets. Similarly, positive economic news from major economies can boost investor confidence globally, leading to increased investments and economic growth. The interconnected nature of the global economy means that events unfolding thousands of miles away can have ripple effects that are felt on American shores. For example, a disruption in the supply chain in Asia can lead to shortages of goods in the U.S., driving up prices and contributing to inflation. Conversely, an increase in production capacity in other parts of the world can lead to a surplus of goods, driving down prices and benefiting American consumers. One of the most significant external factors influencing the U.S. economy is the ongoing war in Ukraine and the resulting sanctions imposed on Russia. The conflict has not only led to a humanitarian crisis, but has also had far-reaching economic implications. Sanctions on Russia have disrupted trade flows, leading to shortages of essential commodities like wheat and metals, which are crucial for various industries. The conflict has disrupted global energy markets, leading to higher oil and gas prices, which have contributed to inflationary pressures in the United States and around the world. The energy sector is particularly sensitive to geopolitical events, and any instability in major oil-producing regions can lead to significant price fluctuations. Higher energy costs increase the cost of production for businesses, which is often passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices for goods and services. The uncertainty surrounding the conflict and its potential to escalate further continues to cast a shadow over the global economic outlook. Investors and businesses are wary of making significant investments in such an uncertain environment, leading to reduced economic activity. This uncertainty also affects consumer confidence, as people may choose to save rather than spend, further slowing down economic growth. China, the world's second-largest economy, is another major player on the global stage that significantly impacts the U.S. economy. China's economic policies and growth rates are closely watched by economists and policymakers around the world. Any significant changes in China's economic performance can have a ripple effect on global markets, including the U.S. China's economic slowdown, driven in part by its strict zero-COVID policies and a property market crisis, has implications for global demand and supply chains. The zero-COVID policy has led to frequent lockdowns and disruptions in manufacturing and logistics, affecting the supply of goods worldwide. The property market crisis, on the other hand, has led to reduced consumer spending and investment in China, which can have a knock-on effect on global economic growth. As a major trading partner with the United States, any significant economic shifts in China can have a ripple effect on American businesses and consumers. For instance, a slowdown in Chinese manufacturing can lead to delays in the supply of goods to the U.S., affecting businesses that rely on these imports. Conversely, an increase in Chinese demand for American products can boost U.S. exports and support economic growth. The strength of the U.S. dollar is another external factor that can influence inflation. The value of the dollar is affected by various factors, including interest rates, economic performance, and geopolitical events. A strong dollar makes imported goods cheaper, which can help to dampen inflationary pressures. However, it also has implications for U.S. exports. A strong dollar makes imported goods cheaper, which can help to dampen inflationary pressures. Consumers benefit from lower prices on imported goods, which can increase their purchasing power and support economic growth. However, this also means that domestic producers face increased competition from cheaper imports, which can affect their profitability. However, it also makes American exports more expensive for buyers in other countries, potentially harming U.S. businesses that rely on international markets. A strong dollar can lead to reduced demand for American products abroad, affecting industries such as manufacturing and agriculture. This can lead to job losses and reduced economic activity in these sectors. International trade agreements and global economic summits also play a crucial role in shaping the U.S. economy. These agreements can open up new markets for American businesses, leading to increased exports and economic growth. However, they can also lead to increased competition from foreign companies, which can affect domestic industries. Another significant external factor is climate change and the global push towards renewable energy. Climate change poses a significant risk to the global economy, with potential impacts on agriculture, infrastructure, and overall economic stability. The transition to renewable energy presents both challenges and opportunities for the U.S. economy. While it may lead to job losses in traditional energy sectors, it also opens up new opportunities in renewable energy industries. Global health crises, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, have also highlighted the interconnectedness of the global economy. The pandemic led to unprecedented disruptions in global supply chains, affecting the availability of goods and services worldwide. It also highlighted the importance of international cooperation in addressing global challenges. International tourism and global travel are other external factors that influence the U.S. economy. The tourism industry is a significant contributor to the U.S. economy, and any disruptions in global travel can have a substantial impact. The COVID-19 pandemic, for instance, led to a significant decline in international tourism, affecting businesses and jobs in the hospitality and travel sectors. Technological advancements and global innovation hubs also play a crucial role in shaping the U.S. economy. Innovations in technology can lead to increased productivity and economic growth. However, they can also lead to job displacement and increased competition from foreign companies. The U.S. must continue to invest in research and development to maintain its competitive edge in the global economy. Global financial institutions and international monetary policies are other external factors that influence the U.S. economy. Institutions such as the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank play a crucial role in maintaining global economic stability. Their policies and decisions can have significant implications for the U.S. economy, particularly in times of economic crisis. Global demographic trends, such as aging populations and migration patterns, also have implications for the U.S. economy. An aging global population can lead to increased demand for healthcare and retirement services, presenting both challenges and opportunities for the U.S. economy. Migration patterns can affect labor markets and economic growth, with potential impacts on wages and employment. Global education systems and international student exchanges are other external factors that influence the U.S. economy. The U.S. is a popular destination for international students, and their presence contributes to the economy through tuition fees and living expenses. International student exchanges also promote cultural exchange and innovation, benefiting the U.S. economy in the long run. Global environmental policies and international climate agreements are other external factors that influence the U.S. economy. These policies and agreements can lead to changes in regulations and standards, affecting various industries. The U.S. must navigate these changes to maintain its economic competitiveness while addressing global environmental challenges. Global political stability and international relations are other external factors that influence the U.S. economy. Political instability in other parts of the world can lead to economic disruptions and affect global trade. Strong international relations and cooperation are crucial for maintaining global economic stability and promoting economic growth. In conclusion, the U.S. economy is influenced by a myriad of external factors, ranging from global economic conditions and geopolitical events to technological advancements and demographic trends. Understanding these external forces is crucial for policymakers, businesses, and consumers to navigate the complexities of the global economy and make informed decisions. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the importance of considering external factors in economic planning and decision-making cannot be overstated. Section 5. The Road Ahead. Navigating Uncertainty. As we embark on this journey, we find ourselves at a critical juncture where the path ahead is not clearly defined. The road is winding, and the future is cloaked in a dense fog of uncertainty. This is a moment that calls for both caution and courage as we navigate the complexities of the economic landscape. As we stand at this juncture, the path ahead for the U.S. economy remains shrouded in a degree of uncertainty. The crossroads we face are emblematic of the choices and challenges that lie ahead. Each direction offers different possibilities and risks, and the decisions made now will have far-reaching consequences for the future. While the recent decline in inflation offers a glimmer of hope, it's important to remember that the economic landscape is constantly evolving, influenced by a complex interplay of domestic and global factors. The stock market's fluctuations, the shifting economic graphs, and the bustling financial districts all reflect the dynamic nature of our economy. These elements are in a state of perpetual motion, responding to a myriad of influences that can change rapidly and unpredictably. The Federal Reserve's next moves, including interest rate adjustments and monetary policy decisions, will play a crucial role in shaping the economic outlook. The Federal Reserve's actions are closely watched by investors, businesses, and policymakers alike, as they seek to balance the goals of controlling inflation and fostering economic growth. The trajectory of the war in Ukraine adds another layer of complexity to the economic forecast. The conflict has far-reaching implications, not only for the region, but for the global economy as well. The geopolitical tensions and the humanitarian crisis that have emerged from this conflict are factors that cannot be ignored. The pace of China's economic recovery is yet another variable that will shape the economic outlook in the coming months and years. As one of the world's largest economies, China's performance has a significant impact on global trade and investment. The bustling markets, the economic reports, and the skyline of Shanghai's financial district are all indicators of the country's economic health and its influence on the global stage. Navigating this uncertain terrain requires a delicate balance between cautious optimism and prudent planning. Businesses and financial analysts must carefully assess the risks and opportunities, making informed decisions that will help them thrive in an unpredictable environment. This involves strategic planning, risk management, and a willingness to adapt to changing circumstances. While the worst of the inflationary pressures might be behind us, it's too early to declare victory. The downward trend in inflation is a positive sign, but the economic recovery is still fragile. Shoppers may feel some relief, but the overall economic picture remains uncertain. Continuous monitoring and adjustment of policies are essential to ensure sustained growth and stability. The Federal Reserve must continue to monitor economic data closely and adjust monetary policy accordingly. The staff's analysis of data, the information displayed on computer screens, and the press conferences held by the Federal Reserve are all part of the ongoing effort to make informed decisions that will guide the economy through these uncertain times. Walking the tightrope between controlling inflation and supporting economic growth is a delicate act. The balancing scales with economic symbols and the charts comparing economic growth and inflation illustrate the challenges faced by policymakers. Achieving the right balance is crucial to maintaining economic stability and fostering long-term prosperity. Businesses and consumers alike must remain adaptable and resilient, prepared to adjust to changing economic conditions. The ability to pivot and respond to new challenges is essential for success in an unpredictable environment. This includes developing flexible business strategies, staying informed about market trends, and being ready to seize new opportunities as they arise. One of the key challenges facing policymakers is the need to address the underlying structural issues that contribute to inflation. These discussions and planning sessions are critical for developing effective strategies to tackle these issues. Policymakers must work together to identify and implement solutions that will promote long-term economic stability and growth. These include supply chain bottlenecks, labor shortages, and other disruptions that have a significant impact on the economy. The congested supply chain logistics, the empty shelves in stores, and the workforce in factories are all visible signs of these challenges. Addressing these issues requires coordinated efforts and innovative solutions. The ongoing energy transition is another critical factor that will shape the economic landscape. The shift towards renewable energy sources, such as solar panels and wind turbines, represents a significant change in the way we produce and consume energy. This transition has the potential to create new opportunities for growth and innovation, but it also presents challenges that must be carefully managed. Addressing these challenges will require a long-term perspective and a commitment to investing in infrastructure, education, and innovation. The construction of infrastructure projects, the education of university students, and the work being done in tech innovation labs are all essential components of a strategy to build a more resilient and dynamic economy. Another challenge is the risk of unexpected shocks to the global economy. Financial analysts and economists must constantly be on the lookout for potential risks and be prepared to respond to them. The economic forecasts with risk indicators are tools that help identify and mitigate these risks, but they are not foolproof. The COVID-19 pandemic demonstrated how quickly a global crisis can upend economic forecasts and send shockwaves through financial markets. The empty city streets, the stock market crash, and the tireless efforts of healthcare workers are all reminders of the profound impact that such events can have on the economy. The lessons learned from the pandemic must inform our approach to future crises. Geopolitical tensions, natural disasters, and other unforeseen events could all potentially derail the economic recovery. The map of geopolitical tensions, the aftermath of natural disasters, and the impact of unexpected global events on markets are all factors that must be considered in any economic forecast. Preparing for these possibilities requires a proactive and flexible approach. In the face of these uncertainties, collaboration and innovation are key. Diverse groups of people working together, community rebuilding efforts, and the implementation of innovative solutions are all examples of how we can navigate the challenges ahead. By fostering a spirit of cooperation and creativity, we can build a more resilient and prosperous future. As we look to the future, there is reason for hope. The sunrise over the city skyline, the hopeful faces looking forward, and the symbolic new beginnings all represent the potential for positive change. By embracing the opportunities that lie ahead and addressing the challenges with determination and foresight, we can navigate the uncertainties and build a brighter future for all. The journey ahead may be fraught with challenges, but it also holds the promise of growth and prosperity. The economic growth charts, the thriving businesses, and the prosperous communities are all indicators of what is possible when we work together towards a common goal. By staying focused and committed, we can achieve a future of economic stability and success. In conclusion, navigating uncertainty requires a collective effort. Policymakers, business leaders, and community members must all play their part in shaping the future. By working together, strategizing, and celebrating our successes, we can overcome the challenges and create a more resilient and dynamic economy. The road ahead may be uncertain, but with determination and collaboration, we can navigate it successfully. Section 6. A time for prudence. Cautious optimism for the future. As we stand at the cusp of a new economic era, the recent developments offer a blend of hope and caution. The journey ahead is filled with both opportunities and challenges, and it is imperative that we tread carefully with a balanced perspective. The drop in inflation to 2.5% is undoubtedly positive news, offering a much-needed respite from the relentless rise in prices that has squeezed households and businesses alike. This decline in inflation is not just a statistical figure. It represents a tangible relief for families struggling to make ends meet and for businesses striving to stay afloat. The easing of price pressures means that consumers can now stretch their dollars a bit further, and businesses can plan with a bit more certainty. It's a testament to the effectiveness of the Federal Reserve's policies and a sign that the economy might be on a path towards a more stable and sustainable footing. The Federal Reserve, with its intricate balancing act of monetary policies, has played a crucial role in steering the economy through turbulent waters. Their strategies, though sometimes controversial, have shown that with careful planning and execution, it is possible to mitigate some of the most severe economic challenges. However, it's important to approach this development with a healthy dose of caution. While the current numbers are encouraging, the economic landscape is fraught with uncertainties. Global events, policy changes, and unforeseen crises can all impact the trajectory of inflation and economic growth. It's essential to remain vigilant and not be lulled into a false sense of security. The economic landscape is constantly evolving, and a multitude of factors could influence the trajectory of inflation in the coming months and years. From geopolitical tensions to technological advancements, the variables at play are numerous and complex. Each of these factors can have a ripple effect, influencing everything from consumer confidence to investment decisions. Therefore, while we celebrate the current progress, we must also prepare for potential challenges ahead. As we look ahead, it's a time for both cautious optimism and prudent planning. The future holds promise, but it also demands careful navigation. Businesses, policymakers, and individuals alike must adopt a forward-thinking approach, anticipating potential hurdles and devising strategies to overcome them. This dual approach of optimism and caution will be key to ensuring sustained economic growth and stability. The worst of the inflationary pressures might be behind us, but the road to full economic recovery is likely to be long and winding. The journey to economic recovery is seldom a straight path. There will be ups and downs, moments of rapid progress, and periods of stagnation. It's crucial to stay the course, remain adaptable, and be prepared for the unexpected twists and turns that lie ahead. The Federal Reserve must continue to carefully navigate the delicate balance between controlling inflation and supporting economic growth. Their role is pivotal, and their decisions will have far-reaching implications. By maintaining a steady hand and a clear vision, they can help guide the economy towards a more prosperous future. Businesses and consumers must remain adaptable and resilient, prepared to adjust to changing economic conditions. Flexibility and resilience will be the hallmarks of success in the coming years. Businesses will need to innovate, diversify, and stay attuned to market trends. Consumers, on the other hand, will need to be savvy, making informed decisions and being prepared for potential economic shifts. The recent decline in inflation offers a glimmer of hope, a sign that the economy is capable of self-correcting and that the policies put in place are starting to have their intended effect. This positive trend is a testament to the resilience of the economy and the effectiveness of the measures implemented. It shows that with the right policies and collective effort, it is possible to overcome even the most daunting economic challenges. However, it's not a time for complacency. The journey is far from over, and there are still many hurdles to overcome. Complacency can lead to missed opportunities and unforeseen challenges. It's essential to stay proactive, continuously assessing the economic landscape and making necessary adjustments. The challenges ahead are real, and addressing them will require continued vigilance, adaptability, and a commitment to sound economic principles. The path to sustained economic growth is paved with challenges, but with a steadfast commitment to sound principles and a proactive approach, these challenges can be effectively managed. It's about staying informed, being prepared, and making decisions that are in the best interest of long-term stability and growth. By learning from the lessons of the past and planning for the uncertainties of the future, we can navigate the path ahead and strive towards a more prosperous and equitable economy for all Americans. The past offers valuable lessons, and by reflecting on these, we can make more informed decisions for the future. It's about building a resilient economy that benefits everyone, ensuring that prosperity is shared and that opportunities are accessible to all. This vision of an equitable economy is not just a goal, but a necessity for sustainable growth and social harmony. As we move forward, community engagement and collaboration will be crucial. By working together, sharing ideas, and supporting one another, we can build a stronger, more resilient economy. It's about fostering a sense of collective responsibility and ensuring that every voice is heard and valued. Technological advancements will play a significant role in shaping the future economic landscape. Embracing innovation and staying ahead of technological trends will be key to maintaining a competitive edge. From artificial intelligence to renewable energy, the possibilities are vast, and the potential for growth is immense. Education and skill development will be critical in preparing the workforce for the challenges and opportunities of the future. Investing in education, training, and continuous learning will ensure that individuals are equipped with the skills needed to thrive in a rapidly changing economy. Healthcare and well-being will also be central to economic stability. A healthy population is a productive population, and ensuring access to quality healthcare will be essential for sustained economic growth. It's about creating a system that supports the well-being of all citizens, enabling them to contribute effectively to the economy. Environmental sustainability will be another critical factor. Balancing economic growth with environmental responsibility is not just a moral imperative, but a practical necessity. By investing in sustainable practices and green technologies, we can ensure that economic progress does not come at the expense of the planet. In conclusion, while the recent decline in inflation is a positive sign, it is just one step in a long journey towards economic recovery and stability. By remaining vigilant, adaptable, and committed to sound principles, we can navigate the challenges ahead and build a more prosperous and equitable future for all. The road may be long and winding, but with cautious optimism and prudent planning, we can achieve our goals and create a brighter future for generations to come.